Hello, hi guys, how are you? I'm good, all the better for knowing that you're there watching this channel. Welcome to the Annie Show channel, and today I want us to talk about my departure from Kenya and arrival in the UK and all the stresses and challenges I had to go through. So sit back, relax and enjoy. So I left Kenya on the 26th of April and my flight was leaving at 11 p.m. and I had to stay in Nairobi for me to catch the flight. And so when I was at the airport what happened is I converted the amount that I had into 15 pounds, and that was by then it was around 2700 Kenya shillings. And in my mind I just knew that would be sufficient for me to get to where I was going, because I was heading to Fort William, and you know, before knowing, you think like it's something like going from Nairobi to, I just thought it's like a place whereby to say you're in Nakuru heading to Nairobi, you'll only spend like 300 shillings. And so I thought, that's enough money for it to get me where I was going. And I boarded my flight heading to where? Scotland. So that is where everything began. I got to the flight, and when I was just getting, you know, like we have this when you I went with British Airways, and when you're getting into the flight, it's so high leveled up, so you go like someone when you're anapanda stairs. So when we were getting in, I met this guy who asked me, where are you going? And I was like, I am going to Scotland. And he told me, oh, that's the land where the men were killed. And I was interested, like, okay, that's interesting, they wear skirts, because of course I did not know what kilt was, so he had to explain to me that skirts. Anyway, so it starts like that. Got into the flight, and of course when I got in, you know, the first section is for first class, and then you continue to economy. So I went all the way to economy, and I was sitting in the middle, like my seat was at the center. So when I looked on my left hand shoulder, it was this white guy, and I was like, oh, so we will just chat the whole time. And so when I walked in, I was like, how are you? And this was like period that people, though we had just come over from Corona, but people still were wearing masks. So I was like, how are you? And the guy was like, So I decided to just relax, and then he had his mask all the way to here. So I realized this person, we will not be talking with him. So on my right hand side was this Kenyan lady, and of course the whole time we were speaking, and she was telling me about she went to Gulf and it was nice there, but I need to be careful because when you come abroad we have these people who are not very nice, blah blah blah. So the story continued, and it got to a point where she will tell me, Anna, do you have a handkerchief? And I was like, yes, I do have an handkerchief. Then she was like, no, a sort of handkerchief that gives you favor. And I was like, oh no, I don't. Was I supposed to get one? Anyway, I don't. And she told me they have this pastor of hers, so before her traveling she gets a handkerchief, and when she just does this, it brings favor on her. And I was there thinking and just pitying myself, because I am just me and my God, nothing else. So we just talked, and then at that particular moment I remember telling God, oh God, please just be with me, give me favor among men, because I don't have that pastor, but I have you. And then I told him, because I had told God we are going with you to the UK, so I told him, don't even come with me, just get inside me. So that was just a conversation I had with him, because I was there thinking, I'm going to this new land, I don't know anyone, I don't have relatives there, and then there's this person telling me, for you to survive in this abroad land, you need to have like a handkerchief that is blessed with this pastor, and this pastor, you need to be paying him every month. Anyway, so the flight leaves at 11 p.m. goes all the way to London Heathrow Airport, and we arrived there at around 7:45. So it's basically a 9-hour flight. And on arrival, I was very quick to like exchange contacts, because at least this is one African I know she was heading to Channel Islands, and then myself was going to Scotland. So we exchanged contacts real quick, and that's me. When I was just about to leave, like at Heathrow Airport, do you know one thing? When you're going to a different airport, you don't like change your luggage. So at that particular moment, I was thinking, oh my god, where are my luggage? So when I was asking this lady, she told me, you're still here, your flight will leave you akinilikimbia. You know, like I was just tensed, you know, just quickly I went, boarded the flight. And you know, this whole time, like I've now arrived in Heathrow, what do I realize? I don't have mobile network connection. So I am not able to call my mom, I'm not able to call any relative, I am not even able to call my employer. So what was I doing? I decided to, like, at this particular time, because I was tensed, I rushed, went to the flight and caught the flight heading to Glasgow Airport. So nikaingia hapo, then of course they gave us a few snacks, but of course it was not compared to the snacks we got, the food we got when we were in the other British Airways, because this is a short distance flight. So upon arrival at Glasgow Airport, the stresses and the troubles begin. Your girl has only 15 pounds. The phone is not connecting, I cannot call anyone. So what did I do? I was just depending on Samaritans. So what was I doing? I would like ask for someone. Hello, how are you? Could you please help me with your phone so that I can call someone? And you know, amazingly, these people were just so helpful. So helpful. And there's this part I am missing. So when we are at the airport back home, I met this guy who was apparently going to America, and I was thinking to myself, hiya, you're going to America? That's a nice land. It's a place I would like to come. Could you please exchange contacts so that when I am ready to come to America, I can just call you? Like, that is what I was thinking. Honestly, that day I think we exchanged contacts, but then I forgot to like totally put it in. And so when I was just arriving, I was thinking, I have someone who I have a friend I met who was going to America, but then when I tried to search it, I couldn't find. So if you remember me, who was going to Scotland and you're going to America, and then we exchanged contacts, but then somehow we've never communicated. Anyway, so guys, so I survived by asking people to give me their phone call my employer. So someone did that, and then of course I told him that I was already at the Glasgow airport and I was expecting him to come and pick me. So that is what I thought. Then he tells me, now that you're in Glasgow airport, catch a bus or a taxi and head to Buchanan station. And I'm there thinking, was this not my destination? Like, was I not to finish my traveling at Glasgow? Because I thought you would be picking me at Glasgow airport, but he told me catch a bus to Buchanan. So after that, you give the person who just helped you with their phone number, you head out of the airport to catch a bus. How much did I pay for this bus? £9. Okay, £9 from Glasgow airport to Buchanan station. Upon arrival at Buchanan station, I'm only remaining with £6. So I asked him, I again tried to get another phone, and I was like, hello, I am now at Buchanan station. So is this the place you'll be picking me up? Then he tells me, no, you're supposed to catch another bus, and this bus will be taking you to Fort William. Okay? And then when I go to now it's a station. So when I went to a place to like ask a customer service to ask, like, I want to go to Fort William, and do you know how much they were telling me? £32. Mimi mbele nyuma, I only have £6 on me. So what do I do? Then remember, I have left Kenya. I'm having so many luggage, you know, like others on this side, one on my back, and the other one was just somewhere, I think hanging over here. So I had like 5 luggage on me. So I was thinking, I only have £6. What do I do? So I thought maybe I can just tell someone to look for me my luggage as I go and find a place like a Western Union or just somewhere that I can withdraw some money, because I had some money in my M-Pesa. okay, in my bank. So I tell someone, can you please check for me this luggage? And they were like, no, you don't leave luggage. No one leaves for you luggage. Like, no one checks for you luggage. So what am I supposed to do? So you just go over there and you will put your luggage. When I go there, it is not for free. You need to pay £3 to put your luggage. And I'm like, okay, all right. And do you know, this thing is, I came during winter, and the fact that I was living from Turkana to now Scotland, that thing was cold. I actually came during spring, but then the fact that I was living from a very high temperature place, Turkana, to a place that I am not used to, it was so cold. And my dressing code, it was not for the cold, because you know, you're going to the airport, you need to slay, you're going to the UK, nilipigwa na baridi. Do you know, so what I did is I went, put the luggage where I had to put them, then I went to like go and find Western Union. Kwenda alafu, you know, it's a new place, so I have to ask around, so where is a place I can withdraw? People give you directions, and you know, to even understand direction is now hard because you're tense. But anyway, finally I go to John Lewis and I get myself to a Western Union and put in my card, trying to withdraw. What happens? Sorry, you cannot withdraw. And I'm like, oh, I have money, how can I not withdraw? Can you imagine the stress that is now going through my mind? I cannot withdraw. I need to go get to Fort William. I only have £3 on me. And then I was even thinking of buying a SIM card that will now enable me to like call my employer directly. The SIM card is close to £24. And so I just could not take it anymore. And you know, the reason apparently behind it is because I did not alert my bank I was traveling abroad. So they do not allow you to apparently withdraw abroad without you alerting them, because that's the explanation I was given. But then at that particular moment, that does not even make sense. I'm not able to talk. I'm not able to call my mom. I'm not able to call my siblings. I'm not even able to talk to anyone to like tell them this is what I'm going through. I am so cold, freezing. So I went back to the bus station, and all I could just remember is sitting down, and I started breaking down. I cried. But then you cry, but because I'm a strong person, I was crying and telling myself, and everything will be okay. Everything will be fine. Everything will just be okay. It can only get better. And so I also reminded God, you remember I told you to be inside me? Please tell me, show me the way to go about this. Just show me. And it was so painful. And you know, at that particular time, I am freezing. It is cold. My luggage, at least I've left them somewhere. But then this bus is also run in a timetable whereby if a certain time, bus for a certain time leaves, then you don't have another option. You have to wait for another. And sometimes if that is the last bus, then you have to wait for the other day, the following day. So I was just there seated, feeling sad. And then this person just walked and came. He was like a guard. He came close to me and he told me, don't worry, everything will be okay. The first days are harder, but then later you look behind and laugh. But one thing that you should not forget, don't forget your God. Okay? So here is a phone. What do you want to do? Call your employer? Here is a phone. So he gave me his phone. I called my employer, and I told him I'm not able to pay for the amount. I don't even know what to do because I don't have money. And my employer just told me, okay, we will organize, let me see what we can do. And you know, at that particular time, it was actually not possible for him to send money. So I don't even understand what happened there. But somehow he paid for me. I got into the bus. The bus was leaving at 3 o'clock, and at least I think it was like 2 o'clock. So I just relaxed, waited for the bus, and when it came, I got into the bus. And so myself, in my mind, I'm thinking, probably this is like a 20 minutes journey. So I sit, and then you don't even know where you're going. So you're like, I told the driver, please, when we get to Fort William, just let me know so that I can alight. And the bus driver was like, and then he looked at me with eyes like, okay. So I was just seated like this, you know, the way you sit at an edge of a seat, like you're ready to leave. So the first 20 minutes, we are not alighting. 30 minutes, no. 1 hour, oh my god. Then I go back to the driver. Excuse me, do you still remember I'm alighting at Fort William? And you know, since he's concentrating, he does not even reply. So, oh, I think he replied, and he said, I think he replied, and I was like, so what I decided to do is just relax, sit and just wait. Then I realized the bus driver is so busy, probably I should just talk to this person who's next to me, so that if I get there, she tells me. So I was like, could you please tell me when we get to Fort William? And the person was like, okay. But then funny thing, she alighted before me. And that is like 1.5 hours. And I'm like, oh my god, they're alighting and me, I'm not. So I was just, you know, like that was a journey that was so stressful. And it turned out to be a 3.5 hour journey. So you can imagine waiting to alight from the first 20 minutes you got into the bus. So when I got off the bus, there was this man who was there waiting for me, and he told me, I'll take you to your accommodation. And I was like not even happy. It was just a very stressful journey. So when I got there, he helped me with the luggage, and then he took me to where I will be living. And then I met these lovely people, one lady from Latvia and an Indian guy. And there was like a language barrier. So when I got into the house, remember I only have 3 pounds on me, so I was taken to where my bedroom is, and I saw this big 6x6 bed. And then I had like bedding already organized for me, because I was supposed to have come with my bedding from Kenya, but then, you know, you cannot even carry all those things. So I told my employer I'll not be able to bring my bedding, but if you buy for me, I will refund you when I get here. And the guy actually bought me some very nice warm duvets and just a beautiful color combination. And so when I was taken to my room, I asked the person, is this all for me? And the guy was like, yes, he's actually from Romania. Yeah, all for you. So I went there, sat. Of course, I still have not communicated with anyone back home. My phone is not working. So I just went there, spread everything, put on warm clothes. And at this particular time, I am so hungry because I have not eaten anything apart from the food that I had when I was in the flight coming to London. So I am super hungry, and then also I don't have the money to buy any food. So I am so hungry. And what happened is, later this lady came and asked me, Anne, come, my name is what do you want? No, you know, like there's a problem with English, that she was not so good in English. So she takes me to the fridge and she does this, all this meat, it, bread, what? Then she asks me things like peanut, anything. And at the back of my mind, I'm like, I am so hungry, I eat everything. But then you cannot go to a new place and you're there like so hungry. And so I was like, I'll just have bread. And she was like, no, you eat anything. So of course I think I just prepared some eggs and bread, because I really love egg on bread. And then I had that and then went to my room. And that day, of course, I was not to report to work the following day. My employer organized for someone who came, and I was given 70 pounds to at least walk around, you know, just use it when I'm still settling down. And then this amount I was to refund later. So that was my story coming to the UK. It was so hectic, but trust me, that is the worst experience that I've had, because honestly, God has been so great. I have not experienced racism. I have not experienced anything bad apart from that first experience, and He's surely been inside me. So thank you so much for watching, and if you like such content, please just subscribe, so that anytime I upload a video, you'll be the first one to be notified. And of course, share, comment, and bye bye. See you later. Bye.